Alrighty then, it's time for a Jungle Fiddlesticks game. Let's get this show on the road. Which one? Yeah. And yes, I'm pretty sad that he is getting a rework. But not exactly, unsurprised by it. We've talked about this quite a while. Anyways, hello, I'm back. Even though I said I'd be back a couple weeks earlier, more stuff came up, and I got a little sick again. Right now, you might be able to tell that I'm just kind of getting over a cold. But anyways, this start is super devilishly fun. I get a quick level 3 because Fiddlesticks is actually really fast at clearing if he starts at red side, and the Xylus surprisingly died. I didn't even know that he died during when I was playing, but I get to steal the red buff from Riot under him. Oh no, that's so sad. You know what's even more depressing? This. Oh, the Dark Wind. Oh, that's so sad. Anyways. So yeah. Anyways, yes, I am kind of sad that he's getting reworked, but we all knew that was coming too, with the Volibear as well. It's a game with two champions that are about to get reworked. We'll see it probably come next year, hopefully by January or something, right? But yeah, I was discussing it with my viewers on stream, what they think is going to happen to the Fiddlesticks, and what abilities he'll take away. I'm surprised people think they're going to take away his Drain. I think his Drain is more iconic than all his abilities aside from his ultimate. His ultimate is probably the most iconic. They'll probably keep it because it honestly does have counterplay attached to it. You mostly have to blunder into it and you can just counter it by wards. If anything, they're going to take away the targeted fear. They might give him a fear still, but it's not going to be targeted. It's going to be some other nonsense. And Dark Wind is no doubt going to get changed quite a bit. It'll probably end up being a skill shot or just be removed completely because nobody likes the RNG stuff with it. You can get some really good bounces and completely shut people off. It's just not fun. But yeah, if anything, they'll probably give his fear some kind of channel time, kind of like Nocturne and Warwick. And this Dark Wind, again, will probably be a skill shot. I wouldn't be surprised if he has some kind of like triple use ability. So you have this whole thing with this combo, like where you ult in, you fear or Dark Wind somebody, and then you drain them, and doing so in succession gives you some power up of some kind. Like I said, his Drain is probably going to stick around, but I'm pretty sure they're going to change it so you can't just Drain tank people, because that's kind of unfair in a lot of cases. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do something where his Drain heals for a lot less. So they might still be able to do the same damage, and it might have some kind of like upscale on monsters or something. But maybe his combo will be that, 3 spells or something, his Drain then chugs for a full amount of damage you dealt previously or something. I don't know. But that's my takeaway from it, or at least my guess what they're going to do. They'll keep his W mostly pure, but probably attach some kind of like, trigger mechanic to make sure it's really strong, and his ultimate will stay the same, and then the other two abilities will be completely changed or warped in a way. Also, this Cassidon should have realized, hey, the Fiddlesticks is approaching me. I would kill him otherwise. Instead, he tried to fight me. Talon shows up. Here comes the Xylus, and he's going to be, I'm going to ult like Fiddlesticks in front of Fiddlesticks. Feared, just stop. Just stop, Xylus. It's no good. But here I hang out in the back just because I know they might jump in. They don't, so I go get my blue. I know the early game was pretty eventful, but I wanted to talk about, the changes that Fiddlesticks might be receiving. Volibear, on the other hand, I don't know what they're going to do with him. He's got a lot of changes. I no doubt they're probably going to keep his Q, only because that's memorable, because it's like a charge. Everything else probably will get swapped around or something. I don't know what they're going to do with him. Anyways, this is sad that Xylus secures his red, but I love this little scene here because Xylus jumps on me and he takes quite a bit of damage. I almost do drop, and they should have kind of seen this coming. The second I go into the bush, I jump back out, and it would have gone a lot better if I had drained the Malphite from a distance. I don't know, I moved too close and got myself beamed by his ultimate, and that killed me. I think if he focused me anyways, it still would have dropped, so it might not have mattered that much. Cassidon DC'd, unfortunately, so the Sivir got a free kill there. I don't really like to win that way. But the Cassidon is still whatever. I think he was just lagging out because he just comes back right away. Anyways, you can see this game is rather mostly even. The kill spread on my team is pretty good, as most, murdered champions have quite a bit of kills. The enemy team is kind of floundering at their map control right now, allowing me to run shenanigans on them. Whenever I pop into a lane, something big happens. Kassadin jumped in again, and it's like Kassadin really has to respect my crowd control. Again, there's nothing that I love more than how abusive Fiddlesticks' Q is. Like if you channel it right, channel its activation right, you can you can fear people as they move into you and stop their whole combo completely. That's a huge shutdown. Anyways, they're taking more precautions against me. I'm assuming they have wards around here, but the red ward didn't really reveal that. I'm being more careful, trying to get in a position where they don't see me, and unfortunately, I think they're playing it way more safe at this point, so I don't really have too much of an edge. We're going for the dragon. And, hoping for the best here. Easy peasy. We get it quite easy. They're going towards the, Herald again. I keep forgetting their names. And here, my team didn't actually follow me through, so I also didn't think the Kassadin was here. I thought he'd be at Herald already, so I put myself in a really bad position, and, I got caught. They killed the Xylus. I do my best to try to survive here, but, the karma and the Kassadin make sure I die. Although there's a plus side to this, the enemy team burned a lot of summoner spells to kill me, or those two did at least. And then the Herald doesn't die anyway, so they don't even get that. Though it turns out to be sort of like an equal trade kill here thing. So it's like, no gain for anybody really, but mostly we prevented things. So is that a gain in a way? Yeah, possibly. Anyways, like I said, they're playing defensive against me now. They're keeping me in mind. You can see that my build is more murdery instead of taking the hourglass quickly. I'm just going to try to sit on people, kill the Vayne or whatever. My Talon is kind of, trying to flank or just trying to hang out here. And I'm a little hesitant, or you're going to notice something kind of bad soon. Right now, the enemy team is, again, they're trying to scout for me or the Talon because they know we're just kind of hanging about. And essentially what's going on wrong here, as I was saying on the stream, the enemy team is very afraid of being engaged on, and my team kind of needs to force something, and unfortunately they forced it here. I called this, and I knew it, that the Xylus was going to come in with the ultimate, and unfortunately I was in a ridiculously dumb spot. I knew that the Vayne was a bait, and I should have just sat behind and waited for the entire enemy team to collapse, and I would have been able to ult them. Though, when I was thinking when playing that game, was that I was just going to let them die and be, in my little safe corner over there, because it was a bad call all around. Unfortunately, they do get the Baron, but fortunately, they really overexert themselves here, and my team gets 2 kills. So it kind of denies them the ability to push with the Baron, because the other remaining 3 would just get killed by me. And obviously, the Talon too. Anyways, Karma just sort of defended this area for some reason and decided to give us a free kill. She got close to killing the Sivir, but she should have realized that people were hanging around. And we get ourselves a good old red dragon. So, yeah, their whole Baron was kind of pointless at this point. Gold aside, right? But yeah, and now you can see that I'll be building towards my hourglass now, so, shenanigans are brewing. Yeah. As I mentioned, Volibear, I actually don't know what they're going to be changing with him. He's debatably League's worst champion, mostly because he just kind of has bouts where he mostly has bouts where he's never really picked or useful in any kind of way. Even Udyr has had times, where he just kind of super stomps games. So yeah, I'm hoping for the best, actually, because Thunderclaws has been proven fun for me in the past. Anyways, for all their security measures they were taking prior, they're just kind of... I'm trying to think right now if they're going to jump me or anything. Basically, I'm waiting for the Malphite to do something, put himself in a terrible position, or ult in, or whatever, or get flipped into the tower. So yeah, I'm just waiting. Malphite gets a little too close and Volibear flips him, leaving his delicious backline exposed. Go in, just, shenanigans. Meaning that the Blitzcrank actually do a lot of damage here. And I don't just mean, actual health damage. Blitzcrank had a really good ultimate, because it just kind of messed him up real badly and allowed me to just go in there unmolested and just a lot of damage. Here, though, this was too ambitious to try to kill the Kassadin, so it was kind of a wasted flash on my part. But yeah, that was a very brutal fight because the enemy team had no reason to just get wiped out there. And now we go back all victorious and, loving like. And I get myself an hourglass. And I finally buy myself, vision clearing stuff. Anyways, though, unfortunately, that victory is short lived as Blitzcrank and the tower die. And now we just kind of hang back. Also, I've been pointing out certain obvious things here. I'm sitting in the back because I know they're around my jungle and it's a complete murder fest. But you know who doesn't realize that? The Talon, who just kind of walks right into where they probably are and absolutely dies. I was hanging, just in the sidelines just in case it was just probably one person, jerking off in those bushes and maybe I ought to do something. But anyways, same thing. Voliver goes in, they focus him, ignoring the fact that I'm just going to jump in, and they absolutely giga melt. Again, just why? It's just, it's a solo queue thing. You see a fat character in front of you, and you shoot it, just ignoring the fact that the thing that's been killing you the entire game is just right around the corner. I mean, imagine that. They thought that Talon was dead, so their backline was safe. No. The real threat to their backline has been Fiddlesticks all along. Once again, though, we siege their bottom lane. Vayne just gets too close, and it's just like, hello. Fear, Dark Wind does quite a bit of good damage. And then they just kind of forget that I'm here, and I know the Silas revealed me. So Malphite goes in, the rest follow, and once again the backline is completely exposed. My ultimate does absolutely a ton of damage. And I don't know, it's just like they're just ramming their head up against the wall thinking they're gonna knock it over. I love this here. The same thing I told you earlier. Kessen's like, blink, Fear immediately stop his entire combo, gets CC'd and killed. I love that so much. Because it's just like a massive, demoralizing block. Same thing here, the Xylus try to do that, but essentially it works this way. When you're casting your Fear from a distance, your character obviously runs up to them, but as soon as they blink in, the animation plays regardless because they don't technically disappear away from the game, and they just get hit. But by the way, thank you for watching. It was a fun game, and it's great to be back.